You won't believe what happened on the night that should have been a celebration of love and loyalty. 30 years of marriage, an anniversary dinner, our kids at the table, the whole family gathered to honor what we had built together. I thought my husband David would give a toast, maybe a gift, maybe flowers like he always did. But instead, he slid two small envelopes across the table, one for each of our children. The room went quiet, the kind of silence that hums in your ears. I didn't even have to open them to know what was inside. My heart was already racing. My hands went cold. After 30 years of keeping secrets buried, the ground was about to split wide open. My name is Linda. I'm 51 years old, and for 3 decades, I wore the mask of a perfect wife. I made dinner on Sundays, volunteered at school events, smiled in holiday photos. People used to say we were the family everyone else envied. What they didn't know was that behind that picture-perfect frame, I was hiding affairs that started when I was much younger. At first, I told myself it was a mistake, something I'd never repeat. But once you tell yourself lies, it gets easier to live inside them. David, my husband, is the opposite of me. He's loyal, dependable, the kind of man who works hard all day and still shows up for bedtime stories. He never missed a birthday. He never broke a promise. To the outside world, and honestly to myself most days, he was the dream husband. But I thought he was too safe, too predictable. So I went looking for sparks elsewhere, and I thought I had gotten away with it. But husbands aren't blind. David noticed things. Unexplained late nights, odd phone calls, moments when the kids didn't quite look like him. I laughed off his doubts, told him he was imagining things. For 30 years, he stayed silent, calm, waiting. His revenge wasn't anger. His revenge was patience. So on our anniversary, in front of our children, he finally struck. He looked at them with steady eyes and said, "Before we toast, I think you should see something." Emma, our oldest, opened her envelope first, her face twisted with confusion, then shock. "Dad, this says you're not my biological father." Jacob's envelope told the same story. 2 kids, 2 betrayals, 30 years of lies collapsed in seconds. The silence broke with Emma's voice, shaking and hurt. "Mom, is this true?" That was the moment my mask cracked into dust. I couldn't deny it anymore. The truth poured out. The affairs, the doubts, the choices I buried under excuses. The kids pushed back their chairs and left the table in tears. The sound of the front door slamming still echoes in my memory. I sat there frozen, my chest hollow. David didn't yell. He didn't rage. He just lifted his glass and took a sip of wine like a man finally freed from a burden. That night, I slept in the guest room, staring at the ceiling, replaying every decision that led me there. In the morning, David handed me a folder. Inside were divorce papers. "You had 30 years to tell me the truth," he said quietly. I had 30 years to prepare for this moment. The divorce that followed was swift and merciless. With DNA results in hand and decades of deception exposed, the court sided heavily with David. He kept the house, the savings, and most importantly, the respect of our children. I walked away with almost nothing but guilt. Now, months later, Emma and Jacob still speak to me, but it's not the same. There's a wall between us, a mistrust I put there myself. Holidays are the hardest. They spend them with David. He's thriving, traveling, even dating again. The man I thought would always be there, no matter what, has built a better life without me. That was his revenge. Not shouting, not violence, not chaos. He simply waited for the truth to come out on its own, and when it did, he let it bury me. 30 years of lies ended in one dinner, and the man I thought I could deceive forever walked away with everything that truly mattered.